guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah, and in today's video I am playing with a bunch new makeup. I have the Madison Beer palette, I have the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism palette, and I have the infamous new launch from Nars with the soft matte foundation. So I am just playing a new makeup today, and I created this fall inspired look. So if you guys are interested, just go ahead and keep watching. We're just gonna get into it. I have my iced whipped coffee. I have this white pumpkin candle that I'm gonna light, and I got my sweater on, and I'm just gonna get in the fall vibes. Okay, so I'm first going to prime my face. I just picked up the e.l.f. Jelly Pop primer, the dew primer, and I had to put an order in on e.l.f. because they stopped carrying it at Ulta. So I've used this a couple times, and so far I think I really like it. It is really sticky, so it does a really good job at making your makeup stick to your face. But I do notice that I have to go in with a pore filling primer when I use this because it does kind of enlarge my pores. I'm still kind of testing it out. I'm not 100% sure if I love it or not. Also, my face gets really red when I touch it, so just don't mind that. So for my pore filling primer, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. I love this stuff. I should probably get a new bottle, but I have so much left still that I just don't want to spend another like 40 or 50 bucks or however much I spent on this to get a new one. Okay, so the Nars Foundation, you guys. This is the first time I've ever used a Nars product in general, actually. I saw this on TikTok. I've seen a few beauty YouTubers review it, and me and my friend ran down to Sephora as fast as we could, and we picked it up. This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and I have used this a couple of times, so I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit more like complete thoughts about this. I have the shade Deauville Light 4, and so the tea on this is it's really matte. Like, it dries down to like a powder finish. I really like it, but I find that it's not any more transfer proof than some of my other foundations. It still rubs off all over my mask, and I don't really know how to fix that. I was really hoping this would be like the golden ticket. I'm still having that problem. Packaging wise, it is a squeezy tube. That's not my favorite because I feel like I never know how much to squeeze out on the back of my hand. Let me show you guys how full coverage this is. It is like actually kind of crazy. Just be careful, it does dry really fast, so you have to work fast with this. Literally so full coverage though. Okay, so in full transparency, I did just go wash my face and come back because I noticed that that foundation was not sitting well on top of the primers that I put down. I did kind of notice this the last two times that I tried wearing it with the Jelly Pop primer. I'm not sure what's happening, but I do actually find that I think this foundation works best with no primer under at all. So in order to test that theory, today I'm gonna reapply with nothing on besides just like my lotion and regular skincare. And let's see if that makes it lay better. Let's see. I feel like already that laid a lot different. Oh yeah, it's totally laying different on my face now. Again, you have to work really fast with this because it does dry down super fast. This stuff is so full coverage. I'm still on my first dip, and I just spread that around my whole face. Okay, it is laying on the skin so much better with no primer. So I don't know what that is all about. I've tried it with the Jelly Pop primer. I've tried it with just the e.l.f. matte Pore Putty primer. I've tried it with the All Nighter primer, and it kind of just doesn't like primer. I do think this just does best when it's applied directly to the skin. It just meshes so well into the skin. It shrinks your pores when it's directly on the skin. Honestly, I feel like it looks so good you don't really need a primer. I guess it's just so ingrained in my routine that I like feel the need to use a primer, but this really does look better without a primer. So I'm gonna finish blending out my foundation and I'll be right back. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with just a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna use my Infallible Full Wear like always. I don't have a new concealer for you guys. Since this is so full coverage, I feel like you don't need a lot of concealer. And I don't really want to get cakey under my eyes because it is a lot drier. Foundation formula is really dry. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of brightening. Just taking what's left on my sponge and kind of bringing that down the tip of my nose, my chin, and my forehead to brighten up those areas. But I don't like to actually put product there because I don't want it to be too heavy. So I just kind of use the excess to brighten up. And a little bit on the upper lip, which I am currently sweating all of the makeup off from my upper lip, so don't mind me. Just a sweaty mess. Okay, now I'm going to set my under eye with the Essence All About Matte Silky Finishing Powder. This is kind of got like a little sheen effect. I don't know. I just feel like it makes the under eye look hydrated instead of making it kind of like dry and crackly. So I've been liking this for the under eye. Set that upper lip before I sweat more makeup off of it. And I kind of just use this to set the T-zone and like press that powder into my pores. I just picked up the Moon Prism Palette from Manny. I got this at Sephora when I went, and it is so freaking pretty. Oh my gosh. I've used it a couple of times, but I'm just excited to do it on camera with you guys. So to set the rest of my face, I normally just like to grab my little blendable and dip it in some powder and then just like rub that along the whole face lightly. Just kind of pat and press and then kind of just like spread this one little dab across the whole face. Reinforce what I just did with that Essence powder. I did drag the foundation down my neck a little bit. I will pat and make sure that that is set. I am so excited for fall. I feel like every season I get really excited for that season because I'm like, I feel like by the end of summer you're like, oh, I'm over it, I'm ready for fall. And then by the end of fall you're like, oh, I'm over it. And then actually, no, I'm never over fall. I don't like winter. I think we could skip winter. I hate it. And I live in California, so I'm just that much of a baby. Like, it's not even like we get snow and I have to deal with that. Like, I just hate winter. Spring, I love spring, but by the end of spring, I'm like, I'm ready for summer. So, I don't know, I feel like every time somebody asks, like, what's your favorite season? I can never answer that. I feel like every season has its perks. And, like, summer, it's so fun. You could go swimming, you could go to the lake, go maybe camping. And spring, you're like, ugh. I don't know. I don't get allergies, so I love spring. My husband hates spring because he gets allergies. But spring, it's like the birds are chirping, the flowers are blooming. It's finally starting to warm up, and you can feel summer coming in the air. I don't know. That's how I feel. And then fall, oh, the seasons change. The leaves change color. It just, everybody starts like getting their pumpkin spice, their vanilla, then Thanksgiving, and it reminds me of the holidays. Ugh, I don't know, I just love it. I love fall, but I do love all the other seasons besides winter too. Man, this is good. Why did it take so long to try the whipped coffee hack? I don't know. Not smart. Okay, contour. This is technically a blush brush, and you know, sometimes I use it for blush, Sometimes I use it for bronzer, but I'm just going to lightly bronze up the perimeter of my face using my butter bronzer. Stuff is just amazing, classic, it's not new. See, and that's another thing about seasons is I feel like smells, they just bring me there to the season, and this smells like summer. It's so good. I'm going to grab my contour brush. This is the Morphe R14. This is new. I just picked this up at the Morphe store, and it's a really nice little contour brush. Small and it's dense, but it is perfect for just really chiseling. Sometimes I kind of like curving up my, like swooping like this. I'll take a little bit and go under my lip, under my nose. Really do like this Blendiful. I feel like I just reinforce all of my blending with it. And I like blending things out with this after I lay it down. I feel like it always just makes things look really nice. Now for the blush. I'm gonna use Manny's Moon Prism Palette. So gorgeous. I haven't tried Soleil yet, but I feel like it's got a little bit of shine in there. I feel like it reminds me of the Milani. It reminds me of the Milani Luminoso, like totally reminds me of that, which I have and I love. So I haven't been like dipping into that one because I feel like I'm just so like excited to try the other one. I have been doing a lot of like mixing Twilight and Pink Moon, which is this orangey shade and this pinky shade. I feel like it makes a really perfect like blushed look. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. blush brush, and today, since I'm going fall look, let's keep it kind of warm. I'm going to take a little bit of Twilight, and these are really pigmented, and I'm just going to blush up. I like to go in with a light hand with these and build them up because they can be really pigmented. Like I literally just like tap the pan, and that's how much color payoff I got. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Pink Moon, which is that light pink shade, and just kind of keep blushing up, blending those colors together. I feel like a blushing little princess. So cute. I love that palette. I've been thoroughly enjoying it, and then like always just tap it out. Okay, next I am going to dip into some highlighter. I thought it would be so fun to do my Wet n Wild I'm So Lit. I love this loose highlight. It's absolutely gorgeous. This stuff is like so gorgeous. Literally, it's just like the perfect sheen and glow. I was going to show you guys too. I picked up the e.l.f. Glistening Peach Liquid Blushes. You guys, this was a really pretty color, but I put it on and it took my foundation off underneath. I don't know, it kind of blended out into nothing. Took my foundation off underneath, and then it has like glitter flecks in it. Just didn't like it. I was really let down. I was really excited about it. But on the other end, I did get a Milk Makeup liquid brush.
Blush brush.
A liquid blush for my birthday gift at Sephora. And this, on the other hand, is gorgeous. Doesn't take your makeup off underneath. It has a nice little shade to it. It's like a peachy pinky. This is the shade Work. It is for your lips or cheeks, and this blends out so beautifully, and I've really been enjoying it. I just feel like it blends out so nice. Okay, next let's dive into eyeshadow. So this is the Madison Beer palette. I will be honest with you guys, I don't know who Madison Beer is. I wasn't aware of this palette, but I was walking around the mall and I saw this and I was so captivated. It is so absolutely gorgeous. I had to have it. And I just feel like it is the most gorgeous everyday palette ever. It is honestly like my perfect everyday palette. It has mauve, it has warm, it has cool, it has neutral, champagne. I mean, if you're traveling, all you need is this. You could do any type of look that you wanted, and that's how I justified it when I was at the mall and I picked it up. It's called the Channel Surfing Artistry Palette, but like I said, I'll be honest, I don't know who Madison is, but congrats on your collab. You made a very, very beautiful palette. And I'm gonna swatch some shades for you guys. So these are all the shimmers in the palette. I just think it is so gorgeous. This like champagne color is so pretty. Some are more like shimmers and then others have more like larger flecks of glitter in them, but so pretty. I ordered my e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. I did pick up one of their new liquid shadows. I got the shade Copper Pop, and this is also really, really pretty. I feel like it complements this palette really well. And let me go ahead and show you guys a little swatch of that. It's got kind of like a brown base, and then it has orange and gold and copper glitter flecks in it. It is really pretty. I'd say it's not like the best quality shimmer shadow that I've ever seen, but I could definitely like incorporate it into some of my looks. For the Madison Beer palette, and see, they had one of those like shade name plastic things, and I already lost it, so I'm really sorry about that. So for the crease, I'm gonna do this warm shade right here. I'm just gonna kind of match my sweater, do a little fall moment. I figured I would zoom you guys in a little bit so you could see what I'm doing. I'm gonna take a little bit of the cream shade and just kind of run over those edges to make sure they're nice and blended. Take that up on the brow bone to kind of highlight. And then I think today I'm gonna do a little halo eye, and I'm gonna put one of these really gorgeous shimmers right in the center. I grabbed my Morphe M506, which is just a smaller little blending brush, and I'm going to go in with this deeper shade right here and put that on the outer and inner corner to create that halo. So I think that's a good little base for the halo. I'm gonna go in with my finger. So that's what it's looking like with the orange shade. And then I'm going to do a little bit of that really pale champagne. Wow, that is way more pigmented than I thought. It is like completely covering up that orange shade. Now I'm going to do the lower lash line, and I'm just going to follow the same little pattern. And then for this look, I'm going to kind of really smoke it out so it's nice, smoky and sultry and just ready for fall. I am having quite a bit of glitter fallout. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'm just kind of trying to grab my little brush and my powder to dust that off. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off of camera really quick. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil and my Essence Make Me Brow Gel. Okay, I'm back and I did the brows, and I also put on some Lily lashes. I did pick these up at Morphe when I was there. This is the style Miami Lights, so I think they're so gorgeous. They're a little bit more appropriate for every day than the original Miamis. And then I just used a little bit of the telescopic mascara and the Duo Lash Glue. I think Lily lashes are so comfortable. They look so big, you would think they would be really uncomfortable, but I swear, I think they are actually like the most comfortable eyelash, and I feel like they never pop up. I never have to trim them. They just come perfect for my eye size, and I love them. I think they're worth the splurge. Okay, so I think it's time for a little lip, and since we are doing a fall look, I'm gonna go in with this pretty brown color. This is the Morphe Lip Liner. I also picked this up when I was at Morphe. This is the Morphe Lip Liner in Sweetheart, and I'm probably just gonna go over it with a little bit of my favorite Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. This is the shade Caught You Bare Naked. This is really, really light, but since this is a little bit darker, I think it would make a really good lip combo for like a nice nude lip. So this lip pencil was $4 at Morphe, and it is so creamy. I really, really like it. I always like to overline just the very slightest bit, not a whole lot, because I can tell when other people overline, and so I don't want to look like I'm overlining. So I just try to do a very little bit, and I want to go in with that lip gloss. Lighten up the center of that lip, and that's the combo. I think it looks so pretty. And if you guys want a little bit more gloss, I also really like the Morphe Lip Glosses. I've had this for a while, but sometimes I just like to put a little bit right here, right here. This is the shade Froze. This used to be a little bit more clear, but I always do what I just did right now, and so it's kind of changing color, kind of gross. YOLO. Okay, what's left? I think that's everything. I just got to set the face. I did pick up the Morphe Mattifying Mist. I don't know. I've used this a couple times. I don't know if I'm very fond of it. It's really, really fragranced. It smells like cucumber, like to the point where like if I spray this on, it like takes off the perfume that I put on my chest. Also, I don't know if it's just my nozzle in particular, but I feel like it gives like a squirt, like, yeah, this has a mist where it's like two little things are going and it like pokes you in the eye. I don't know. I'm gonna use it today. See, yeah, no, I don't know. I just don't like it. The mister is not like the original. It's not doing the thing. It's not doing the thing that this is so famous for. You know, it's not, I don't know if this is a dud, but it's just definitely not doing the great Morphe continuous mist thing. All right, well, there you guys have it. That is the final look. I love like 99% of all of the products that I just picked up over the weekend. This foundation is so bomb. It is a little bit finicky with the primers. I'm still testing out if any primers work well underneath it, but for now, I think I'm just gonna keep using it bare on the skin. I think that is just what I've found to be the best way possible. I love the Manny Moon Prism Palette. This is so gorgeous. I think it would do well on many different skin tones since it does have some darker ones. And not to mention, these are really, really pigmented. Only need a couple dashes in the pan and it will definitely spread out all over your face. The Dew Prop Primer. I haven't used this under other foundation, and as you guys know, it doesn't work well under this foundation, so I will continue to use this under some of my other foundations that I know and love, and I will leave that in the description box on what I think about this guy. Madison Beer Palette. Okay, you guys, what do you think of this eye look? It is so fall and so gorgeous, and I just love this palette. I love almost everything I got. The only thing that was like a little lackluster for me is this little e.l.f. eyeshadow. I don't know, I just feel like I couldn't use this on its own. I feel like I would have to layer it, like maybe use this as a base and then put one of the shadows from this palette on top. That might be the shade I got because I did get a darker shade. I got one that has like a brown pigment as the base. Formula wise, it is really, really good. I just think I would pick up a different shade. All right, well, there you have it, guys. That is a almost full face of new makeup and fall inspired makeup look. I absolutely love how my makeup turned out today. I love that the seasons are changing. I am just feeling so happy and renewed to start a new season in life, and I hope that this kind of inspired you guys to play with some makeup and create a fall look yourself. Or maybe light a fall candle, make yourself a pumpkin spice tea latte, just kind of get in the season. Maybe watch a little Hocus Pocus. I know that's what I'm probably gonna do soon. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys made it to this part in the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you are new here, I would absolutely love it if you were to subscribe, and I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye!